Ever wanted to sprint into battle as Captain America screaming, "Assemble!" Well, now you can. Too bad he sucks ass. Anywho, Marvel Rivals has recently dropped and blown us away with its amazing gameplay. Yeah, it's definitely the gameplay. Many are calling it the Overwatch killer, and they just might be right. Rivals raked in an astounding 10 million players worldwide in just 72 hours, and with skins like this, god damn, it's no surprise. I'm sitting at around 50 hours in the game so far, and I'm loving it. Here's my breakdown to get you all clued up. First up, what is Marvel Rivals? It's basically an Overwatch clone with Marvel characters. It's a 6v6 third-person shooter with various game modes such as Domination, Convoy, and Convergence. And get this, its 33 character roster were all fully playable upon release. Bad Overwatch, bad. You don't choose between Domination, Convoy, and Convergence though. These are mixed into the unranked and ranked playlists. So instead, it's one of these that you need to choose. At first though, only unranked is available, as you need to reach level 10 to unlock ranked. This is a good idea honestly, as it gives you the time to learn the ropes and mentally prepare yourself for the sweatfest that is ranked. In general, if you have good experience with shooters and games with abilities, you should fit right in with Marvel Rivals. Despite never really playing Overwatch, it didn't take me long to start running lobbies. Unranked had me feeling like John Wick, yet my ego was harshly put in check on a number of occasions. Ultimately, Rivals is a team game, and if you have a crappy team, you're in for a poor time, and this is the case both with unranked and ranked. It's tough enough dealing with enemies, but sometimes your allies are just as difficult. I'm not one for friendly fire, but if an ally group walls me off from my team one more time, I'm chopping him down for firewood. My main complaint with Rivals is that it feels like you're absolutely cooking one game, and the next, you're the one getting cooked. I'm talking burnt to a crisp, so I feel matchmaking could definitely be better. Generally though, good players should have a grand old time playing unranked, as there are more casual players in this mode. Picture mindless zombies rushing choke points only to get slaughtered. That's kinda what it's like some games. As I mentioned earlier, there are currently 33 heroes to play, although when this video goes out, there should be 37, as the Fantastic Four are joining the roster. Lord have mercy! Each of these 33 heroes falls into one of three categories: Vanguard, Strategist, and Duelist. Vanguards are your tanks, Duelists are your DPS, and Strategists are your healers. Before diving into matches, I recommend hopping in the firing range to have a play with each of the characters to see who you like. After testing everyone out, your favourite will probably become clear. Let me guess, it's a DPS hero. You predictable son of a... But I don't blame you, they're just generally more fun to play. However, you should know that your team composition is probably the most important factor for getting wins. See the problem? If everyone picks DPS, you're going to get rolled. The 2-2-2 comp is considered the ideal mix, but you seldom have it. Often you'll have 3, 4, or even 5 DPS on a team. Tanks are certainly the least popular class, and without one, your team will be hard pressed to get the dub. That being said, you can win without 2-2-2. I personally feel like 1-3-2 and 2-3-1 can work, and these combos are very common. As team comps are so important, it's a good idea to learn at least one hero from each class. I know what you're thinking, but almost accurate, I want to get kills. Hush my child, you can get plenty of kills with other classes. I play Penny Parker for tank and Cloak and Dagger for healer, and I'm usually first or second for kills. However, if you're really set in your ways, you can always be a scumbag and just insta-lock DPS every game. There's a special place in hell reserved for you, but hey, you can do it. Just don't come crying to me when you get deleted because you don't have a healer or a tank. I always find it funny when in the character select menu, everyone realises there is only one healer, and you get hit with the healer? ? This often comes from one of the DPS characters, like, my guy, you are the problem, make the switch. When the message comes from a tank though, it's completely valid. These guys are literally taking one for the team, so they have every right to ask for someone to change. Of course, many DPS players are about as open-minded as conspiracy theorists, so it's like talking to a brick wall. You've really got a feel for tanks here. Playing tank with a lack of heals is the most miserable experience known to man. Forget jail time. I hear criminals are now being punished by being forced to play tank on a team with no healers and just DPS teammates. In this situation, you've got to weigh up your options. Sure, you can stick it out and have a horrible game, but I like to switch to DPS and punish the rest of the DPS fools who should have listened to me. Playing as a healer can be just as difficult. It's largely a thankless class that will earn you nothing but abuse. Yeah, you went 34-8 and dished out 29,000 heals, but you'll still get hit with the healer uninstall by the Iron Man who constantly flew off to 1v5 and went 10-31. Given that team comp is so important, it's no wonder many players are campaigning for role queues to ensure teams are balanced. Personally, I feel this is a touch too extreme. It will lead to longer queue times and alienate the more casual player base. There's only so much impeccable booties can do. If the devs make poor changes, lots of players will leave. Now let's talk characters. With 33 on offer, you're simply spoiled for choice, and many have interesting abilities that you never would have guessed. Take Iron Fist. This dude can fly. Why? I have no idea. Maybe he has invisible wings. Each character has a difficulty rating from 1 through 5, although I feel these ratings are usually inaccurate as hell. Psylocke is rated 5 stars despite having a simple kit. Basically just very high damage with a dash and invisibility. Spider-Man, on the other hand, who is 5 stars to be fair, is a completely different kettle of fish. He is a menace to society and very difficult to play. Whenever he's on the enemy team, he's somehow the most mechanically gifted player of all time. Yet when he's on yours, he's a half-wit. Remember, it's important to learn all of the characters' abilities, not only to find out which heroes you like to play, but also so you know how to counter everyone. We've all been portaled off the map by Doctor Strange at one point or another, and it's not a nice feeling. The solution is pretty straightforward. Simply don't step into the enemy portal. It really is that simple. Having good character knowledge also prevents you from playing Hawkeye and leaving an enemy Iron Man to rain down carnage from above and thinking, ah well, someone else will deal with it. No, my friend, that is your job. You should also take note of team-up abilities. These empower heroes with passive buffs or an additional ability. My general rule is I switch heroes if I play someone who can earn a team-up, provided it doesn't ruin the comp. This can quite literally be the difference between a win and a loss. Iron Man goes from a nuisance to the Lord of Death when buffed up by the Hulk. Yet some heroes don't need a team-up. They're stupid strong as they are. Hela is broken, Star-Lord's ult is broken, Stranger's shield is broken, Luna Frost's ult is broken. Wait a minute, how can all of these characters be broken? If everyone's broken, no one is broken. It's almost as if each character excels in specific areas, just as they should. Except for Hawkeye. That guy's as busted as they come. He basically one-shots to the toenail. Seriously, you'll be watching back the kill cam and absolutely fuming. The hurt boxes in this game are pretty whack, not gonna lie. In all seriousness though, it's mainly ults that feel overpowered in this game. For a good chunk of heroes, it's basically a press to win button. Ever since getting into this game, I can't get a wink of sleep as I've developed PTSD. Remember, when you lose, it's never your fault. It's either your team or the fact that you came up against an overpowered character who needs nerfing. You didn't die because they were better than you. No, they killed you because your healers were nowhere to be seen. And you didn't die because you're trash. You died because Scarlet Witch doesn't even have to aim. And you didn't die because you have bad decision making and pushed a full health tank. You died because your opponent shot you the exact second you blinked. Your eyes were closed. What were you supposed to do? Ultimately, while you want to secure the win, your main goal is to get that prestigious MVP or SVP acknowledgement. The scrubs on your team were hard carried, and they need to know about it. Also, if an opponent picks the same hero as you, it's your mission to exercise absolute domination over them. There can only be one true Iron Fist, and he is not on your level. In terms of unlockables, Marvel Rivals has done a great job. While the battle pass is a bit small, it's only $10 and it doesn't expire, giving all the dads and overtime workers the opportunity to actually complete the damn thing. Never thought I'd see the day. As mentioned earlier, the game is free, and so are all of the 33 characters. However, as with everything in life, nothing is ever truly free. So if you want to see a little more Psylocke booty, you'll have to pay for it. Fair trade really. The artists for this game really knew what they were doing. All of the characters are caked up beyond belief. Take a look at Black Widow. Damn! Psych, you just got played. It's actually Spider-Man. Straight to horny jail for you. There are already a ton of great skins in the game, and we're in for many more. There's also a load of other stuff to collect, like MVP screens, sprays, emotes, nameplates, and these things. I'm not sure what they do, but hey, you can collect them. So how do I think Marvel Rivals fits into the current shooter landscape? Well, I think it's an excellent game and a breath of fresh air coming from someone who has played Apex Legends for around 4 or 5 years. I'm enjoying a shift from the Battle Royale game type, where I loot for 10 minutes, only to hand deliver it all to the first enemy team I see. Rivals games are 5 to 10 minutes in their entirety, and action-packed from start to finish. And after a stinker, you can just quickly dive into another match. Us Marvel Rival players aren't quitters, no. We don't stop when the going gets tough. We go again!